What's up? What's up? What's up, my Mind Your Money business folks? It's me yet again with another video on today's stock market news. And as always, hopefully you're in the market and not trying to time the market because that is simply impossible to do. So let's see what happened in the market today. It says Nasdaq hits record. S&P 500 rises ahead of inflation data this week. So the market is still going to be open for a few minutes, but I'm getting started now because why not? All right, it says here the Nasdaq jumped to a record on Monday as investors gear up for a data-heavy week that includes two closely watched readings on inflation. The tech-heavy Nasdaq gained 0.5% and had scored a new all-time high intraday high in the session. The S&P 500, meanwhile, climbed 0.2%, and the Dow rose 0.2%. The move higher was led by the rise in shares of chip maker Broadcom, which gained 2%, and artificial intelligence darling NVIDIA, whose more than 1% advance reversed some of its steep losses the past month. Yeah, we've taken some hits within the last month of those two. So also Meta, Amazon, Microsoft were also higher. There just continues to be great momentum for AI spend, AI infrastructure build out, and that's not just concentrated in Magnificent Seven. Ross Mayfield, investment strategist at Baird Private Wealth Management, told CNBC, noting that the average tech stock is doing really well. There's kind of a broad-based strength, he continued. So hopefully you guys are investing into tech. So investors are awaiting two critical inflation reports this week for more insight into the health of the economy. Very important, people. After weaker than expected hiring data on Friday, the Producer Price Index report for August is due out Wednesday. Producer Price Index report is out Wednesday morning, followed by the Consumer Price Index report on Thursday. So the data followed the lackluster August jobs report that helped fuel investors' hope that the Federal Reserve is all but assured to lower benchmark interest rates at its policy meeting later this month. We all know when interest rates come down, more money is spent. And when more money is spent, stock goes up. So the jobs figures also raised the prospect of a half-point rate cut. That's good. Per trading data from the CME Watch tool. So we're kind of in a catalyst vacuum, Mayfield also said, adding that there could be some downshift drift in store with markets at all-time highs in a seasonal week period. That's true. So be smart. Markets are going to be kind of in a waiting mode for CPI, that's your Consumer Price Index, unless there's some event out of left field with regards to tariffs. I keep saying terrorists, tariffs or trade. It feels like one. Yeah, and that's pretty much it. Pretty much it. There's also this little part here. It says the market could be positioned for more growth, even after it soared to new heights, according to David Lefkowitz of UBS Global Wealth Management. U.S. stocks have recorded a string of all-time highs in recent weeks, supported by better than anticipated second quarter earnings season, with strong results from AI-exposed companies and a higher likelihood of a Federal Reserve rate cut in September, the head of the U.S. equities wrote in a Monday note. So we think the equity bull market has further to run and expect the S&P 500 to reach 6,800 by June 26. Yeah. So let's see what happens. So that's pretty much it. Again, the market is going to be open for a few more minutes, but let's see what the market is doing right now. And of course, things are subject to change. because the market has yet to close. But by S&P 500 ETF, SPLG is up about 15 cents today, currently. Broadcom is up over $10. Palantir is up a little over $2.70. Tesla is down $4.30. My information technology ETF, FTEC, is up about $1.62. Nvidia is up $1.30. Meta is up 60 cents. Apple down $1.79. And that's pretty much it, people. That was quick and easy, right? And as always, hopefully you guys are getting out of debt. You're out of debt. You're not in debt. If you are in debt, you're holding yourselves back. You are, because you got yourself into that debt. So you need to be the savior that you need to get out of the problematic situation that you are in. I keep saying you because the responsibility lies on you. You need to take full responsibility for where you are in life and make the change that's required and needed to get to where you would like to go. It may be long, it may be hard, it may be sad at times, it may feel gloomy, feel isolated, but it's okay. It's a part of the hero's journey, right? So when we get ourselves in situations, we are the only ones that can get ourselves out of it. Stop looking for anyone to bail you out. Stop asking for everyone to help you, because now you're in debt to a lot more other people to get out of the debt that you place yourself in. So try figuring it out yourself. Just do that for me, right? And the only way that you can do that if you're in a lot of debt is by creating a plan. And that plan is called a budget. So you can start telling your money where it needs to go, so you can stop trying to figure out where it all went before the end of the month, right? So you start taking in how much money you have, put it on a spreadsheet each month after taxes, and you start deducting your bills. I guarantee if you go through your budget, you will probably find money that you could utilize to throw towards your debt. If you stop going to Starbucks, start drinking your own coffee and your own tea at home. Stop going out to lunch and dinner every day. Start making your own food. I take food with me every day. I prepare my lunch. I am debt free and I'm still on a budget, right? Because it's what happens. When you create a plan for your life and you see how well it works, you stick to it. Companies do it. If you're not meeting the mark, what do companies do? They let you go. If you are meeting the mark, they keep you and they help you create other goals. They give you bonuses, they give you pay raises, they promote you, so on and so forth, right? When you are an asset. But anytime you start to depreciate like a car and you start to break down, you get rid of it. And you replace it with another one. And that's what happens a lot of times at work, right? So start becoming an asset. Also start thinking of other ways to make income. If you need more money, say you have more money going out, even after you create your budget, than you have coming in because of the lifestyle that you've created. So you may need to go get another job. You may need to actually start looking for promotions within your current field, job, or, so on and so forth. So yeah, create a budget. And when you create a budget and you execute it, now, I follow the Dave Ramsey plan where you have your $1,000 emergency fund. Say you have $10,000 in your account, take it down to $1,000 and start working at $9,000 towards your debt. Pay off the smallest to largest. Let's say you have a $2,000 credit card bill from Sears. Is Sears still open? Either way, pay it off. And you move on to the next, that $5,000 bill. Oh, lo and behold, you have enough to pay that off. And you move on. And you start tackling, maybe the next one is your car. You owe $15,000. And then after you pay that off, the next one is your student loans. Maybe that is $45,000. Either way. Your emergency fund is $1,000 just in case something happens. You start throwing all of your debt, your money towards your debt. Of course, take care of your, pay your bills, continue to pay the bare minimum. Well, pay your bills, your utilities, your shelter, so on and so forth. Pay your minimum credit card bill, your minimum car payment. But You want to free up the money and start paying off your debt. And as those things are being wiped away, you can use that money now to tackle the next debt, again, which may be your car loan, that $15,000, right? So now you start throwing that extra money and the minimum payment towards your car loan. It's called the snowball effect. And while you're doing that, also stop all investment. Stop investments in your 401k. Stop all investments into your personal stock brokerage account. Stop all of investment. I know. Just stop. Don't worry. Once you have access to all of your cash, you can invest more money into your stockbroker's account. You can invest more than the company's match into your 401k. You can max out your payment, for the year, now that you have access to all of that cash when you're out of debt. So either way, stop all investment, throw all the money towards your debt. It may take a couple years to get out of debt, That's a part of the hero's journey, because you are the hero. You are the person that you are looking for to save you. No one is going to save you but the person looking back at you in the mirror. So anyway, pay off all your debt. And once all your debt is paid off, boom. The last thing is the mortgage. If you have a mortgage, if you do not have a mortgage and you're renting, that's okay. There's nothing wrong with renting. However, if you decide to purchase a home, save up to 20% and put it down on that home and finance that home for 15 years so you can pay it off even faster as well. Either way, but once you're out of debt, you can start investing back into your kids' college fund, that 529 plan. You can create 3 to 6 months of living expenses. Now you can get rid of that, just having $1,000 in your emergency fund. Now you can have 3 to 6 months of living expenses in your emergency fund. Now you can invest again back into your 401k and you can pay off your home. And then once your home is paid off, you can do whatever you want to do. Again, max out your retirement, invest more into retirement, give away more, save up cash for your next car purchase, save up cash for a few years for your next real estate purchase. You have options, and there's nothing better than having options to do whatever it is you would like to do. So I'm going to end this video. Oh, and the market just closed while I was rambling on. So let's see what actually happened today. So my SPLG ETF gained 20 cents today, closing out at $76.35. Broadcom closed out at gained $10.76 today, closing out at $345.65. Palantir closed out at $2.99, closing out at $156.10. Tesla lost $4.44 today, closing out at $346.40. My information technology ETF, FTEC, gained $1.65 today, closing out at $209.66. NVIDIA closed out at $1.29 today, closing out at $168.31. Meta lost 15 cents today, closing out at $752. That's still a lot of money. And 30 cents. And Apple lost $1.81 today, closing out at $237.88. All right, so you guys take care. Have a blessed day. And keep doing what you're doing. Keep improving. Wish you well.